Let's get this show started.
Ten,
That did that.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Gotta eat on the run. Gotta eat while playing. D Toledo. Now, where's my list? I guess I may have to play. There's nothing more nutritious than a corn dog. How many times have I played this against this guy? I go over these games every week. Still can't remember. I'm out of book by move 3. It's got to be old age. Well, I did 2 sessions last Saturday, this past Saturday, for the Boy Scouts of America, so you get their chess merit badge. They seem to have a good time. I'll say this, they're more interested in learning, at least the morning group was, more interested in learning than chemistry students in college. Because they were paying attention. Here? I got 3 pieces developed. I'm going to get a little free advertising to Doe's Eat Place here in a minute. You haven't heard of Doe's? How'd that one end? Holy cow. How about these? Ah. He doesn't know what to do with this. Here. Then maybe here and here. Or do I go ahead and play this? I want to play this first. I was thinking earlier about that. I'll come back where? Here? Play here and here. He's going to play here. I have to play here. I am going to play that move. Well, I'm not using a squeaky chair this week. I decided to use a kind of uncomfortable regular chair to get rid of that squeakiness. So I was watching one of my videos for some reason, the beginning of it. Couldn't believe how loud it was. So did away with that, at least for the moment. Chess Boy Jason USCA says, Kay, I'm here to win one game, then I'm out of here. He could have just shaken that pawn right there. I may not be able to avoid a queen trade here. If I move here, he moves here. I move here. I think I want to keep the queens on. Oh. Guarded that pawn. here. If I leave it there, he plays this and this. Sleeman. Sleeman said, yeah, I just needed to calculate it real quick. Well played. I need a refill. This guy building the big center or something. Capture. Capture. Play here. Get that feeling that something's just quite not right. He takes. I take. It's giving me that square. I am trading away some of my lead and development, though. That's not great. I think I moved a little too fast on that move. I could move here. He takes and I take. Like that. It's got to do something with that. I kind of want to play there. Put that guy there. What am I looking for here? Play here, he plays here. I need a threat. Here, he plays here. He could play this at some point. I'm thinking about playing here. Oh. Where'd he move? That GF6. Okay, this pawn is hanging now. Maybe play here. he's going to trade. I'm moving fast again. I need to take 5. That was my rule at one point. I didn't always adhere to it. Take 5 seconds on every move. 5. Don't move in less than 5. You can't take with the knight. You have to take with the queen. I could play here. Threaten that one. What do I need to do here? Here, he plays here. I play here. I play here. He plays here. I play something like this. I play here. He doesn't move. I capture. He captures. Boy, that's complicated. What do I need to do here? At least I'll get a duo if he takes. He's going here. He so is. Here. I think I have to do that. Don't I? And then I have to play here. Don't I? He's going to take my rook. Now I predict he takes that. That pawn and that pawn, huh? I'll give him that one. So take here. I'm going to give him the C pawn. Give us a nice word. Play here. Threaten that. Could play here. Check. See, actually, he wasn't really threatening that, was he? This piece is hanging. Kinda. I thought he was going to do that. If I move here, check and he wins my queen. Can I move my knight somewhere to guard the queen? I don't think so. I could play here and attack his queen. Captures check. Then I have to play back here to stop it from check. King takes. Uh-oh. I missed that one. I missed that mate. Had a nice advantage. This guy, D. Toledo. How many times have I played that guy? What does this mean? Monday team battle. Did I not click resume? I think he was one at that point when he played that pawn move. My pieces got too discoordinated, too uncoordinated. There was one point there where I think I had something I could have done. I think I transposed moves. I played a move and it gave him a move to do something else. Do I need to go back to the fridge? I kind of do need to go back to the fridge. But I'm looking at my stream. Oh my gosh, somebody wrote me. Playing like a pro. Arena VTuber. Haha. Not quite. But I'm trying. How do I send an emoji? I don't want to send one of these things. I want to send an emoji. I'll search for emotes. Big grin. You search for grin and it doesn't show up. You gotta be kidding. I'm very happy I'll be getting a haircut on Thursday. Arena VTuber 00. I don't know that person. There are 40 people in the tournament tonight. What do you know about that? I'd like to play this chess boy Jason USCA, rated 25-29. I bet he's a potzer. D. Toledo, where's my list? Can't really remember. I have to check it out. a little while, we'll have Book of the Week. Probably in about 20 minutes, depending on how long this next game lasts. Everybody's a comedian. Now, the comedian was my favorite. This is one of the most exciting chess streams out there. You need to tell your friends and family about it. This is a very, very exciting chess stream. Is there any chess story I can tell you while we're waiting around? 40 people, 42 people, no opponents. I'm sitting here checking emails. You know, I need to, if I were really good at this, I'd figure out a way to edit the video and edit out all this dead space. Well, I've been saying this tournament's dead air. That's what it is. It's dead air. I don't know what that message meant. I don't want to play one of these guys. Why can't I play Tony D? I might even have something prepared for him. You never know. Basically, when you see me clicking around like this, all I'm doing is going back and forth between the screen where you look at the Twitch stream and then back to the game. I mean, come on. I've been sitting here for how long? I swear if this thing pairs me with Top Lumpy Gator again, I'm going to be less than thrilled. I think I'll just write out a few bills here while we're waiting. I'm joking, of course. I need to talk to this friend of mine, my Chicago connection. I don't know if he's listening or not, but I would like to talk to him sometime soon. Just saw something here that reminded me of that. Ugh. I don't want people getting a hold of this. One guy that I played, the game was so slow and boring. I mean, he was a lower rated player, but he wanted to play it out, which is fine. He wanted to play it to mate. And so the game kind of went on forever. And I started messing around on this other phone of mine, my old phone that I'm getting rid of, deleting pictures or something. And this guy, the guy came on, not the guy I was playing, another guy came on the chat, and he was like, why are you looking down all the time? What are you looking at? I was like, you think I'm cheating? No way. I have never used a chess engine ever to help me cheat in a chess game, online or in person. Ever. There aren't a whole lot of people that can say that. I've accused a couple of them before online, and they've actually admitted it. I told them why I thought they were cheating, or how I figured it out. You know, I had a series of games against this guy one time. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, he played. How did that go? Oh, we played about 7 or 8 games. I can't remember. 3 minute. This has been over 10 years ago. 3 minute or 5 minute. No, not 5 minute, I don't think. 3 minute or 1 minute, something. Anyway, I noticed, he just, he beat me fairly handily. Not overwhelmingly like a computer would. But I wondered about those games afterwards. So about an hour afterwards, I started going, I think that guy might have been cheating. So I went in and I analyzed it with my computer. And what he did was every third move, he played the computer move. Every third move. And that was enough to win every game against me. And so then later that afternoon, I logged into the chess site again. And the guy challenged me, and I said, I wrote him a message. I said, I don't want to play you. This was not this site, not League Chess, not chess.com, whatever. And I said, I don't want to play you again. He said, why not? I said, because you cheated. He said, what do you mean? And I told him, I said, look, dude, I've got my computer sitting right here. I went through the thing. I said, every third move, you play the computer move. And the guy was like, finally, he was like, all right. He said, I admit it. I did. And I was like, yeah, man. I mean, what's the point of that? And then he said, well, it's what, play me again. He said, I promise this time I won't use the computer. I decided to give him a second chance, and we played. I don't remember how many I won, but I certainly didn't lose 7 straight games. I think I had the better of him. It was like, what do you get out of that? If you play in a team tournament like this one, why does it not say, oh, it's because I didn't join? I've been wondering all this time, why am I not playing? Because I forgot to join. So, I mean, like all this time I was like, anyway, I was like, what do you get from this? I mean, these guys in this team tournament, and I do suspect certain players are cheating on here, but these guys are at least trying to help their team. I'm not justifying it at all. I'm just saying, in their twisted world, I can understand why they want to do that. But, if you're playing an individual one-on-one, there's absolutely no reason to do it other than bragging rights. Online ratings don't mean anything. By the way, Doe's Eat Place, I was going to tell you about it. Doe's Eat Place, founded in, this is the history of Doe's Eat Place. I was down, our history. I was down in Greenville recently, Greenville, Mississippi. I was at Doe's, and I started asking the waitress about the history. It said, because I've actually been there 3 times recently. The first time on the way out, this guy said, we stopped him, we started talking to him or something. There were 4 of us. We started talking to him, and he said, I think somebody asked him to take our picture. He took 2 pictures. And so then he took 2 pictures of us. So then he started talking to us. He said, yeah, actually, I'm the owner of Doe's. We're like, really? He said, yeah. And I said, I don't know this, of course. I don't know any opening. But I said, he said his name was, I think Charles Signa. And he said, Doe was my brother. He said, but Doe died. I was like, oh man, sorry, And this guy may have been older than me, actually. Okay, let me think for a minute. If I play here, I'm attacking his queen. I'm hitting that bishop. He plays here, getting this and this. Then I play here. Oh no, I won't have that knight on that square. I've been here before, and there's a winning move. Here, check, c3, queen back. I may have played this guy before. Check. I'll have to come back. I play here, and he plays this check. I play here, he goes here. This is a very trappy line. I remember that. I was actually just thinking about this variation yesterday. I thought, it's been so long since somebody played it against me. I don't remember if I remember the moves or not. I'd studied it with a computer at one point. I think you play here. do believe you. I think that's the first move. And this guy said, "Yeah, my Doe was my brother. He died, but I'm the owner." Charles Segna. He's a nice guy. And then when I went back to Doe's the second time, I started asking the waitress. I said, "You know, we met Doe's brother." She said, "Oh, you met Little Doe." I'm like, "Little Doe? Really?" She said, "Yeah, she's brought me this brochure, The History of Doe's." This was the original Doe's Eat Place, founded in 1941. Um, the dude went all the way home. How do you like that? I could go right back. Could play here. It's only got two on this. I think I am going to play that move. And she brought me this brochure. We talked about it. They have other locations. Restaurants their family owns are in Greenville, Mississippi, Paducah, Kentucky, and Jackson, Tennessee. We now have franchises in Russellville, Alabama, Bentonville, Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Monroe, Louisiana, Biloxi, Mississippi, and Claremore, Oklahoma. What was that noise? Right here. What is here? Right here. What do I do about this situation? Play here. Check. Knight back. Pawn captures. He's going to have that to deal with. Here he captures here. What I'm worried about is I capture and knight captures, and I got to move this piece. He's got at least two on that one. Which means this guy's got to go here. Just capture that. I don't really want to move my bishops away. They're on great squares where they are. You can take here. I can play here right now. Just captures. So if I do that, he's got to recapture. So then back here he takes. So anyway, she gave me this neat brochure about the history of the doughs. The founder is now called Big Dough, and that's what she said. His son is Little Dough. Both of them have passed away. And now Little Dough's son is Baby Dough. Dough is short for Dominic. So pretty interesting. I got the whole history. Let's see, if I play here, he can't castle kingside. This guy's still kind of hanging out there. That's not such a bad thing. Where's he going to go? Here? No. Here? Or here? I kind of like that move. I'll play here. Anyway, they have great steaks. You can go online and look them up. Dough's is famous for their steaks. I don't even know if they even offer anything but steaks. The James Beard Foundation Award winner for 2007. It's all steaks. Steaks and salad, hot tamales. Check out Dough's Eat Place. That is DOE apostrophe Eat Place. He made a move. Did he not move? So if he plays check, I'm going to play here. Okay, now he can threaten this or this. Maybe try to win that piece. Castle, he plays here. I could trade queens. Play here. As soon as I move my queen, all that stuff's over. It's captured, don't I? That one's on pre, except for the knight. I could even do that. Card. 3:30. Lost 10 minutes doing that thing where I forgot to click join the tournament. Here. Play here. I think this might be right. He moves the knight. I'm about ready to have a break, do book of the week. Most boring chess stream online. I've got them all beat. This is complicated. Man, this is complicated. Extremely complicated position. Didn't sleep enough. Had to work all day. It was all kinds of craziness at work. And then go there. Queen B-D. Good game fishing for mate. Check. This here. Check. He plays here. Then I go. I can't go there. Then I go here. Check. Here. Here. Or check rook here. Here, I'm threatening that. Also threatening that. And that. Game over. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll do book of the week, then on to game 3. Yeah. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. Book of the week. Book of the week this week is a book that I had this book of the week once before, about 3 years ago, I think. I looked it up recently to see when I made it book of the week. But the book of the week is Amateur to I Am: Proven Ideas and Training Methods by Jonathan Hawkins. This is the cover. It's rising through the chess ranks with a self-taught international master. And very soon after this book was published, he got his Grandmaster title. maybe by the time I bought it, he had already gotten his Grandmaster title. Here's his picture on the back. And, I mean, I saw some people online kind of criticizing this book because somebody said something like, oh, what, study the end game? That's the whole thing? But, one of the sentences I do remember that he said in this book was, he said, if you think that you'll become a grandmaster by studying your openings, he said, let me tell you something, my friend, you'll never finish. Your openings will never be there. And it is in-game heavy. Amateur to IM, and he could have called it amateur to GM because he became a grandmaster shortly thereafter. Published by Mongoose Press. I think I got this book right after it came out. It was published in 2012. And I think I probably ordered it from US Chess. Reaching the Horizon, Reference Points and Calculation. A short introduction to planning in the endgame. Capablanca's Pawn Endgame. These are lessons. Instead of calling them chapters, he calls them lessons. Step by step, a guide to little plans. There are actually quite a few of these. Essential Rook Endgames. Bishop, and that's a point that Jeremy Silman made too in Reassessor Chess, 3rd edition. Bishop and Pawn Connections, Dynamic Defense. Pawn walls against bishops. Dropping down the anchor. I'm not sure what that means. Back to Reality and Other Minor Piece Endgames. Exercises. Endgame Explorations. My Favorite Endgame. A long discussion of a short endgame. Good title. Skeleton of the Minority Attack. Endgames in the Carlsbad structure. Extra pawn on the queen side. Positional advantage. Extra pawn on the queen side. Walking the borderline. Ulf in the warpath, on the warpath. Development in the endgame. He's talking about Ulf Anderson, who was number 3 in the world at one point. In-game Exploration 7. Anyway, this book is about, has a bibliography here. The book was 367 pages. Then there's a bibliography, it's a couple of pages. And he was like a class player, maybe what, USCF A or B. Of course, he's from England. So he was playing in England. But he was a class player, and then he just got serious and decided he was going to figure out what he needed to do. And on his own, he became an international master and then a grandmaster. And I think actually I read he won the British Championship maybe as an IM. They said it had been a long time since somebody had done that. This is Amateur to IM. Proven Ideas and Training Methods, Jonathan Hawkins. The reason I wanted to make this the book of the week is because Jonathan Hawkins passed away recently. He was only 42 years old. He got some sort of rare form of cancer and died. His obituary is on chess.com. It may be here on Lichess too, I don't know. But it's on chess.com. And I read it, and they had some interesting facts in there about him. But, he was pretty amazing. I mean, I don't think he ever wrote another book. But this is a great book. You might think about getting it and working through it. Jonathan Hawkins sadly passed away at age 42 recently. From cancer. It said some sort of rare form of cancer. I can't remember now what kind it was. I read the obituary a little while back. It died November 22 of 2025, so just less than 2 months ago. So that is Book of the Week this week. Jonathan Hawkins, From Amateur to IM. All right, back to the tournament. Here we go. The Forbidden Taco. Laura Chess is down to number 8. That's too bad. Let's see, where's my list? I noticed somebody on my list is playing in the tournament. There are 2 of them playing. Don't forget about Doe's. I'm telling you, man, this is a good place. Doe's Eat Place. Since 1941. Man, she told me how, I forget if it was kind of a juke joint in the front part of the house and something in the back part. Some people, whites came in one way, blacks came in another direction. And sometimes they were playing music. And then eventually, one of them said, well, you know what? I'm going to start cooking. I guess it was Doe. So he started cooking, and it became a restaurant. When I came here, there was a great reverence for Doe's Eat Place. It's I remember thinking it's not cheap, but actually, I ate there recently, and as I said 3 times, and there were, those steaks were not that much more. I don't even think they were more expensive than some other local steaks here where I live. So it's not too pricey at all. And you get like the atmosphere. You go in, if you're lucky, you get to eat in the kitchen. You go in, kind of wind through the front of the house, and then you walk into this giant kitchen, and they're right there cooking, right in front of you. You can kind of, if you get to, you can go this way and down, and there's some tables and chairs, and all this stuff is like vintage stuff that it's just patched together. This chair may not match that chair, and if you go the other direction, there's another room over there that's you can be seated in, and then there's the 2 bathrooms off of that room. Which this is just an old house, just a really old house, and they have a restaurant inside of it called Doe's Eat Place, and you can go in there, and you can eat a steak. It's really good. And I saw a framed picture on the wall, and it said best something like best steak in Mississippi, and it was signed Keith Richards. Yeah, that is correct. So I'm playing this Aardvark guy. Joined 3 years ago. I think I'm gonna play here. Just please don't play the Schliemann. Please don't play the Schliemann. Egg better than random stuff. Bishop D6. 18, almost 19 minutes. Here or here? Let's kind of freeze that piece. That's why I want to play here. Get this guy out. He was ready for that one, wasn't he? What should I be doing here? Rapid development. I got a feeling this guy should come out here. go here to here to here. I mean, I want to put this piece here, but I don't really want to play in that. Attacking it. All right, I think I'm just going to back up. I think I'm just going to back up again. He's going to push. Retro. I am tired, I have to admit. A little tired. I'm going to go back and study that Sicilian variation. I've been in that thing. I used to lose to that thing. I mean, over and over and over. And I finally, one time, I had a guy on another chess site played that variation over and over and over. And he kept beating me with it, so I don't blame him for playing it. Here, here, take, How about here, take. The knight's guarded, the bishop guards it. This pawn would be here and he could capture here. So I play here, he plays here. I play here. He plays here. And I can come back and grab it. I get anything out of all that? Play here, take. I guess we're going to clear out some of the queen side. Check. Here, take. This aardvark has got, yeah, d6. I want a castle. Well, he's hitting that piece. It's not good for me. Of course, I could. I didn't do this right. I had a much better continuation. What? That isn't going to work. We'll take that one off right now. Here. Can't go here, 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 here. I think I've got an aardvark. Cornered. Here. Here. Let's see. It's 1300 aardvark. My nights have been terrible tonight. I can't even figure out where I would put this piece. Check tank here. Tired. I wanted to show book of the week again. I can't remember. I think I found out about this, about him dying on the Chess Book Collectors Group, which is on Facebook. I followed that group, and you know, it's not always about books. Sometimes it's about something else. Sometimes somebody will post something else of interest. Taking, I lose my queen. So that ain't gonna work. Here. No. Here. Predict, check. Take. No matter where he moves, I'm going to have a check by this piece. Here, take the check. Rack champ, I was starting to get very uncomfortable. All right, I'm done for tonight. Rack champ, what a name. Little Rock Chess finishes 7th. 4 points. Well, not exactly spectacular tonight. I did okay. Forgot about that 10 minutes. Not, it's supposed to say up here it's pairing you, and somehow I missed that. I don't want to try and start a game with 5 minutes. That's crazy. It won't count for the tournament. I'm ready to quit anyway. So whoever Arena VTuber 00 is, playing like a pro. I don't know what IG caret means. I want to mention once again about Jonathan Hawkins. International Master Jonathan Hawkins was a relatively slow starter in the world of chess. He learned the game at age 8, but by his own admission, quote, by the time I was in my mid-teens, my age to playing strength ratio was distinctly average, unquote. He started to study chess very seriously in his late teens and achieved a rapid rise through the ranks. He became a FIDE master in 2008 and earned the title of International Master in 2010. 2011 brought Jonathan 2 Grandmaster norms. One of them was earned at the Super Strong British Championship, in which he outscored numerous Grandmasters. Nice looking guy. I always like this, any picture you see him, he's almost always smiling. And at the time that I bought this book, it was published in 2012, I said earlier. 2012, it was Mongoose Press, which is the only other book I know of that they published was a one on the 4 Knights. But this book was $29.95 13, 14 years ago. So I'm sure, though, it's come down in price, and you can find it. Amateur to IM, Proven Ideas and Training Methods. Be forewarned, if you're a person who does not like chess endgames, you're not going to like this book. It is mostly endgame study. Like I said, he has that great quote in there at the beginning where he says, you're never going to finish studying your openings. You always think, I'll study the endgame someday after I get my openings in shape. Like he said, it's never going to be. You're never going to have it in shape. It's an unattainable goal. You're never going to get there. So anyway, I chose this book again for the second time as Book of the Week because the late, great Jonathan Hawkins, who passed away on November 22. It's very sad news. I like the humor in this book. I liked his approach. I think he was trying to help people. Sometimes they write books because they want to make money. Maybe they're starving chess artists. But I really strongly sensed that he wanted to help people improve their game. So, Book of the Week, Amateur to IM by Grandmaster, Later on, he became a not very long after that book was published, he became a grandmaster. Jonathan Hawkins. Okay, that's it for this week. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Goodbye.